It's Arnold's dear friend, Jack Nicklaus. Jack, good morning. How are you holding up?
Oh, we're doing
How are
fine.
you holding up, Jack?
We're doing fine. I was pretty shocked yesterday when I heard it, and it was last night about 8:45, and I just sort of stayed low for the night, and then, now I'm ready to talk to somebody.
When's the last time you saw and spoke to Arnold?
I talked to him on his birthday. I always call him on his birthday, and I caught him, like I said, about 2 weeks ago, and he sounded great. And I even heard he was out hitting some golf balls, and it was like at the Masters, Arnold didn't look very good. He didn't look like he was enjoying what he was doing, and then everybody told me he was making a great comeback. When I talked to him, he sounded better, and I heard him sound for a long time. That's just 2 weeks ago.
What'd you love about Arnold?
Well, Arnold was always been my friend, and when I first started on tour, Arnold took me under his wing, and he sort of took me to he took me around the country in his airplane. We played exhibitions together. We went to Las Vegas. He said, "Hey, we're playing tournament chance. He says, you got to learn how to shoot craps." And it cost him about $3,000 to teach me. I remember that. In those days, $3,000 was a lot of money. That was 1963. Yeah. And I always said I may have to fight Arnold's army, but I never had to fight Arnold. Arnie was always my friend. He always had my back. I always had his back, and I think he was a good guy, and he did so much for so many that I'm just happy that I was one of them.
Jack, there's a question I've always wanted to ask you about Arnold. He obviously had a tremendous passion for golf, but he didn't have a lot of hobbies, unlike you. And I am wondering if you ever actually asked Arnold to go fishing with you and what his reaction might have been to that.
Well, I would say, Mark, about, probably a couple hundred times. I said, "AP, come on." I said, "Well, let's go fishing. Come on, go do that." He said, "You're going to enjoy it." He said, "Well, I enjoy trout fishing." I said, "Well, fine, let's go." I said, and he says, "Oh, we never got to that." Then we said, "Well, come." I said, "Why don't you all come, you and Kit come with Bob and me we'll go bone fishing." "Okay, we're going to do that." Of course, he never did. All he wanted to do was play golf. His whole life centered around the game golf and an airplane. He loved to fly. So the combination of those two took up his time, and he just didn't have a lot of other things that he did. And I think that when his grandsons came along, they started playing golf, particularly Sam. I think he got not only gave him another interest, but it also gave him some focus on something other than just himself playing golf. And he and I talked about Sam a lot, and how he felt like Sam could have a good chance of really being a really good player. And I think Sam is going to be a good player. Sam is a good player. But Arnold was very proud of his grandkids, and I think he's got a lot of great grandkids now. I don't have any of those yet, but he didn't have a lot of other hobbies though, Mark. So it was golf. It's just he'd get home, and once he couldn't play golf, it just killed him.
Morning, Jack. Could you take us back to the early 60s and 70s and give us a feel for what it was like competing against Arnold in golf, and give us some context about the rivalry that you seem to say was overblown as it relates to him versus his army?
Well, we played, when we first started, and I go back to 63 or 62 at Phoenix, and that's the first time we played competitively together. It was the last round, and Arnold was going to win the golf tournament. He was leading by, I don't know, he won by 12 shots. I finished second, and we walked off the 17th green. He put his arm around my shoulder, and he said, "No," he says, "You can finish second here." He says, "Just be patient, just play this last hole smart." And he says, "You can make birdie," and he says, "You finish second," which I did. And, he didn't have to do that. And